What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to BT Willa's Garage. Today we are going to be actually freshening up the paint and preventing some of the rust that's going on this John Deere 757. So what I'm going to do is actually start with pressure washing it, and then I'll show you the chemicals, pretty much the fancy paint that I'm going to be using that has a chemical reaction to stop the rust and actually take back some of the damage it's done. So I'm just going to start giving it a quick bath. Alright, you guys get the point. I'm going to keep going and then I'll pick you right back up. Alright, completely pressure washed. Looking quite a bit better while it's wet. Really needs to be polished up. That dirt's not going to get off of there without a little elbow grease. But what I'm going to do next is take off the belt. Probably, I guess, take off those spindles. And get it pretty much down to the bone so we'll be ready to paint. I'm just going to start with the deck, guys. I mean, it'd be the same process over here. You just cover up the engine or take off that quick release plate on the back, but I want to order some new stickers before I do that one, and it's really not in that bad of a shape. I might touch up these bare spots with some of that rust preventative, but this video is going to be focused on the deck. Alright, be back when it dries. Alright guys, another day, and I'm picking back up on this video. So what I just did is actually sprayed a can of brake cleaner all over. I avoided the belt and the spindles, but just sprayed it all over to really help prep this. I should have waited until after, but what I've got here is a brush on the end of my drill that I'm just going to kind of go through and rough the surface up. So you see that big spot of rust? We're just really gonna rough it up and kind of smooth it out. So I'll give you another example. Right here, there's a little bit of paint pulling up. See how that just kind of cleans it up. All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna keep going with that all over the deck, and next we're going to do the VHT rust converter, and then tomorrow we'll put on the final layer of the John Deere green paint. Alright guys, see you here in a sec. Alright guys, so at this point I've prepped the mower using my drill and the wire brush attachment. It's not the best job in the world, but I've gotten a lot of that just surface rust off. And after I did that, you know, I took my backpack blower and I took the belt off before, because you don't want to tear the belt with that wire brush. And I'm not really sure what brake cleaner does to belts, so go ahead and pop the belt off. There's a tensioner pulley right here that you lift back on that spring and you're able to route that belt off. Just take a picture before you do it for your particular mower so you know how to put it back together. So with that being said, what I'm going to do next, and again, I don't really know what brake cleaner does to the belt, so I'm going to get it away. But I am going to paint this access cover too. Just give it a quick spraying. Same with the belt, or excuse me, the deck. Just don't get the brake cleaner in that zerk fitting. Makes it look nice and pretty for a second, but then it dries. And guys, I don't know that, you know, licensed people that actually do this for a living. I don't know if this is the way they do it, but all I know is that brake cleaner really works well as a prep source. People might get onto me for spraying it, you know, on the spindles and pulleys and that kind of deal, but whatever, it's gonna get the job done. I'm not planning on taking this thing to a lawn mower show or anything like that. It's simply a job to prevent the deck from rusting through, so we can get plenty more years out of this. We've already seen 12 years out of this mower, and I'd like to see it run at least another, 12, 20 years. This mower in particular, just to give you guys an idea, was used primarily for farm use. So when we check the hours, I've only got 643, and with my 2 acres or so of grass, I'm barely putting 100 hours a year on it, so it should last. I've seen these things up into the 18,000s, running just fine. So I'm gonna get started with the VHT next, guys. Wish me luck. Here's that product one more time for you. It's called VHT Rust Converter. I bought it off Amazon. It was here in 2 days. And I need to shake this thing for a minute, and then I'll give you a few shots before I prep the entire deck. All right, see you in a little bit. Okay, here we go. The VHT is going down. Please note that you only want to put this on the rusty spots. It can change the paint and mess with the paint in the other spots, but no need to waste money. Just find you a nice rusty spot like this one, 6 to 8 inches away, I think is what the can says. No big deal. Just kind of layer it on, and what you'll see is it actually starts working with that rust and converts it, and it'll probably seal to like a black color. I think I did this as a test spot. Just kind of gets rid of the rust and seals to a nice clean base to put a top coat on. Alright, I'm going to keep doing the deck, and I'll pick you back up for the final coat. One quick shot. As you can see, a lot of that rust is starting to convert over into just a smoother surface for a top coat. Just to give you an idea. And what I actually did is, anywhere that I saw an opportunity where there was more rust, like there, I just gave it a quick little spray. It's not going to hurt anything. Alright, let this dry for 24 hours. It's time, dudes. It's time. You can probably already tell the difference that's making. Again, not planning to have it perfect, but paint's matching up pretty nicely. So I'm gonna keep going with it, show you the final product. Hope this is helping you guys. I'm back. Alright, gave it a really solid base coat. I'll probably go back and do one more coat just to make all the time I put into this worth it, but the paint's still wet. You'll notice I didn't really care to do it perfect. I got a little bit on the pulley and the spindles there, which is fine. I can honestly take those off and paint them if I really wanted to, but I went ahead and touched up some of these areas too, like the casters. Spray painted that top piece. I could really stand to, I ran out of my 1 can. By the way, guys, here's the paint that I used, and I'll try to remember to put all this in the description. But I didn't feel like paying John Deere for theirs, and as you can see, the color match is pretty spot on. Matter of fact, it looks better than the old John Deere paint, obviously. But anyway, all right, guys, I'd say that this mower is protected. Again, I'm probably going to give it one more coat, and I'll probably paint the top of this just to have it match, and go ahead and reroute my belt and get back in action. This yard's going to need mowing in the next couple of days, so hopefully the project is completed before then. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Subscribe for more helpful videos like this, especially if you own a John Deere zero turn. Also do some 4Runner videos, firearm videos, 4-wheeler videos, all sorts of fun stuff. Go ahead and subscribe. Thanks, guys.